Hi, I'm Dave Dejewski, the president of the Damascus Soccer Club, and you want the bottom line up front with respect to the spring 2020 soccer season. Well, we're going to take a measured approach to that. We're going to be following the State Health Board of Health guidance and the same guidance that Montgomery County school system is following. You already know that the schools are closing starting Monday. I believe that is the 15th. Up and through the 27th. Now, our regular season wasn't supposed to open until the 28th of March. What we're going to do is reassess on the 27th. Now, we're not having any preseason practices between now and then, which means just take this time right now to try to find your sea legs and get acclimated to our new normal for a little while. And don't worry about soccer practices and what's going on with the soccer club. We do want the ability to go if we get a green light on the 27th from the Board of Health. We also want the ability to slow if we get a yellow light from the Board of Health, which means in our case, that would be maybe compressing to a 6-week game schedule instead of an 8-week game schedule. It might mean combining Saturdays and Sundays towards the end of our regular season, depending on when the State Department tells us that we're able to open. We also want the ability to say no and stop if we get a red light. Now, we're going to be monitoring the situation closely. We do not like fake news. What we have been doing is going directly to the sources and trying to figure out what are the exact parameters that are driving the decisions for closing and things like that relative to our program. That means soccer. So the two big parameters that we've looked at are, one, the CDC requirement not to have gatherings of greater than 250 people. And that just makes sense because we don't want to spread the disease. And so we're trying to limit the number of people that show up. The other criteria that the CDC set that the state has since adopted it and also promoted is this concept of social distancing. Now, social distancing is a simple concept. It means keeping 6 feet between you and every other person when you're out in public. Now, that certainly applies to being on the sidelines of a soccer field or playing in the game itself. We don't believe we can keep a safe social distance with kids when they're playing on the field. We do, however, believe that we can keep safe social distances and we can keep gatherings under 250 people on our fields. Considering the number of games we have and considering the amount of wide open space, we can certainly spread things out and maybe relax the sideline rules and things like that. We're not doing that right now. Right now, we're just saying we're on pause, but it's some of the options that we're considering, we're looking at. Now, if the CDC or the Montgomery County school system indicate that it's safer to keep gatherings from forming and to keep everybody back in their homes, we're obviously going to be following that guidance, but we're not making the final decision on that until we get closer to the end of this month. Now, I want you to know how we're taking care of our member families. First of all, your money is safe. We're brainstorming some options that we'll present once we know what the state plan is going forward. So do not worry about your money. If it comes down to it, it'll be either a credit system or so you can apply to your whatever money you've already paid to a future season so you don't lose that opportunity to play. It could be a refund system. It could be an alternative system if we can come up with some alternative ways of playing or games that we can put together for the kids so that they can have fun and get out and get fit. We also want to recognize that our kids are going through a stressful and confusing time. And we want to be there when the doors actually do open for the first time so that we can offer them a constructive outlet. So once basically the quarantine type situation is lifted, we want to be able to give them a chance to get out and run and play, which is one of the reasons why we're keeping everything the way it is. But we know you've already heard about the cautions to wash your hands, keep from touching your face, avoiding big crowds, staying home if you're not feeling well. But we also want you to take a moment and consider the effect that staying home and staying indoors for a long period of time is going to have. Seeing empty stores, seeing empty roads, things like that. It's going to have an effect on us and it's going to have an effect on our kids. So we encourage our young recreation players and our other players to continue to work on getting in shape and being fit, just as if they were preparing for the regular preseason. In life, as in soccer, we're just better able to handle stress, and we're better able to handle things when we're fit, when we pay attention to proper sleep, when we pay attention to proper hydration, when we get ourselves into shape. So we're encouraging all of our families to continue to work on a home fitness program. We might be able to post some things out on our Facebook page to give you some ideas, some hints that will help to keep the stress levels low, help keep the kids off the couch. Now is not the time to be sitting on the couch and doing nothing. Now is the time to be taking care of our health, to be vigilant about protecting ourselves against disease, and just take care of the basic stuff like staying hydrated. It's good advice no matter what the circumstances are, but certainly in the face of a global pandemic, these kinds of things are more important than ever. So let's strengthen our bodies against the threat of coronavirus and be prepared for the upcoming spring season. Now, I've got some resources for you. First of all, I posted all of Governor Hogan's full update from yesterday out on our Facebook page. I'm going to keep posting some content out there from our activity as we go along. I want to say we do not like fake news, so we're very careful about screening the sources, and we don't want to promulgate. We don't want to promote anything that is nonsense. So when you see our page, know that we've looked at it a couple of times and we believe that what we're posting out there is legitimate information. I want to say for our high school age players, the Soccerplex is closing their facility through April 15. And that means that we won't be having any games at the high school level, at least until April 15th. And they're going to reassess just as we are at the end of March to see what their options are going to be going forward. For our travel players, the regular NCSL season is set to open on the 28th of March, just like our rec season was. Their current coronavirus update as of 5 minutes ago says, quote, "At this point, we believe it is premature to cancel all or any part of the season. However, I think with facilities like the Soccerplex closing until the 15th of April and Governor Hogan's latest announcement yesterday and what we're doing with the schools across the country, I suspect we're going to be seeing a change from their policy soon as well. So stay tuned. When we know what that is, we'll post that on our Facebook page as well. I want to just kind of wrap this up by saying you're part of our family. You're part of our community. We're all in this together. And really, now's a time to help. If you see something out there, we're going to be posting as much information as we can through social media and through our newsletters about what's really going on and what can affect you and your family. However, we don't know it all, and we certainly don't have access to everything that's going on. So maybe you see something that we don't. Please share that back with the club so that we can share it back out with the rest of our community. We truly are in this together as a unit. So from our all volunteer staff, from our board of directors through our administrative staff, all the way through our coaching staff, we want to wish you good health and for us all to emerge from the back of this crisis feeling in good spirits and ready to play again. Thank you for your time.